Hmm. Interesting. See what it comes up with. See, I was playing around with one of the AIs where but you can only do like 5 of them, where you can make a moving image, but it's not all that great. It's really not, but it works, kinda. Not really. I know the AIs you see that are like really good. Yeah, I believe you gotta pay pretty decently to use those. Check that out. Almost there. Here we go. Kind of looks like a beard in a way. That's interesting. And there it is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Let's see. What else? What we do? Evil machinery. See what it comes up with that. I tried to do one with the baler and it did something weird. Still loading. Come on with it. Hey, hold up. That's crazy looking so far. This might be one of those really picturesque type, things it comes up with. Oh, looks like a metal album cover. That's what it kind of resembles. Those legs. I mean, I get they got kind of a machine thing here, and this is like an industrial process behind it, but this is more like a. I don't know. I need to zoom in on it just see. I'm half-ass blind, anyways. All right, let's see. I don't know. It looks more natural than machinery in a way. Unless that's like a metallic hue to it, I guess. I don't know. It's cool looking though. We'll add it to the collection. Create an image of. What next? What about, let's see. You can't do Disney characters, you can't do nothing like that. Oh, they're like on top of that shit. Um hmm. What about like a nun? Something to do with a nun again, because I love what it did with that first one. But we ought to do something like, so we did a gangster nun. What about a mafia nun? Let's see. Create an image of a mafia nun. Armed and ready to breach. Let's see what it comes up with. Divine firepower and holy conviction. Come on with it. Let's see how it turns out. I know when it first popped up, that first section up here, it absolutely looked good. Oh my god, that first nun picture I had, the one that's actually the channel cover photo right now. Uh, I was like, "There's no way." Yeah, kind of the same thing though. In a way, I don't know. Might be the same lady. No, that's not her. Might have been her when she was younger. She was still a badass. Mafia nun, armed and ready to preach. I don't know what it is about nuns in this. She got the booger hook on the bang bang stick. Look at that. She ready to go, buddy. The Google AI, I will have to say, is a lot faster than this one. This one takes a minute, but I tell you, dude, sometimes the shit that this thing produces is way better than Google. Way better. Look at that. Oh, we ought to do a Crusades one next. Holy shit. She ain't playing around. This ain't your typical Sunday school. Armed with scripture and steel, ready to deliver divine justice and holy sermons. Save? Yes, definitely. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right, let's do Crusades. Something with the Crusades. Let's see. Hopefully, it understands badass and don't like put in a bad looking ass. You gotta kind of watch AI. Sometimes it takes shit very literal. See how it does. Summoning a storm of steel and fire. And it's so weird because it's like it goes through moods. Sometimes when you ask it something, it'll do like this most awesome, awesome scene. And it's just absolutely a work of beauty, kind of like this is turning out to be. And then sometimes it does it very cartoonish like. So it's kind of like it flips it flips back and forth between styles on what it likes and what it doesn't. So far, so good though. It's pretty cool looking. Oh shit. Looks like what you'd see in a painting, right? Oh shit. There's fire underneath them, it looks like. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'll add you to the collection. Now let's see. Oh, dude. I wonder if it would let you do something like this. You know, there's one thing about okay, so when you hear, it's like there's a language barrier. So obviously, oh, so I like history. All right, but the one thing I just reading through, all the translations and all that, of like for instance during World War II and all that, all the speeches and whatnot. It'd be neat if it could translate all that, but they probably wouldn't allow that. I don't know. They probably wouldn't allow it. But, well, fuck it. Make a plan, learn something new, get advice. Does it do anything like videos or anything? Take a screenshot. Hmm. What if, I don't know. What if we, uploaded one of these photos? See what we can find to modify. Somehow I have two of those. Delete that. Sure. Oh, we don't really care about this one. Let's see. Something ridiculous. Let's turn it into 12-year-olds. Make boogers hang his nose. Big old boogers. See what it does with that. I can't add boogers to someone's face. Are you serious? You cannot add boogers to somebody's face? Are you serious? Okay, so this is what we're talking about. It's so freaking sensitive, dude. Give him a clown nose. Alright, there you go. Give him a clown nose. Sure. Oh, you'll do that. So we can turn somebody into a clown, but we can't, can't have a booger hanging out their nose. I mean, are you serious? It's too offensive. Yeah, that sucks. Now we're going to see if we can, like, bend the system. See if we can add a booger to the clown nose. Right? It's taking all this time to add a clown nose into that. Yeah, evidently. Oh, so you give boogers to the clown nose. Okay. So you can do it that way. Alright, let's trick it though. Let's see if we can. Now just remove the clown nose. Keep the boogers. We're going to try to make it work one way or another. And I swear if it does this, watch. If it does this, then come on. Look at there. Leaving the gooey glory. Okay, well this is what I asked for in the first place if you do it. Sometimes it'll do this, it'll act like it's going to do it, and then it'll stop like midway. Because it realizes. Let's hope it don't realize. Okay, clown nose is still there. Boogers are coming out of his lip. What the fuck? Yeah, I can tell the clown nose has been wiped away. Look, see, done. The clown nose has been wiped away, but the green boogers are still proudly dangling. Fuck. Oh my god, this thing's terrible. Okay, let's find something else to do. Let's see. Get rid of that. It's such a beautiful background. Let's see. Do this. Bring this over here. See how that looks on here. Alright. I know you can't, like, pull up tornadoes or anything like that. You gotta be super careful streaming anything like that, because evidently they just throw lawsuits your way. They don't even contact you first. They just throw fucking lawsuits your way. That's kind of fucking ridiculous if you ask me. Anyhow, that all started with that whole Charlie situation. They realized that when Charlie started, he just pulled up like a 5-second clip of, what was going on out there. And they sent his ass a fucking lawsuit. They quickly redacted that lawsuit whenever they realized that, hey, oopsie, I fucked up. I kind of hit a channel that was absolutely massive. So, yeah, anyhow. Kind of wild that they would absolutely throw a lawsuit somebody's way over a 5-second clip. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, if anything, a channel like Charlie's would have brought more attention to whoever had that clip. But now they brought the wrong kind of attention by throwing a lawsuit his way. That's kind of fucked up. But they kind of deserve that attention, you know. I understand they say, "Oh, we're going out there risking our life and all that," and that's fine and all. Yeah, that's true. Like, you're acting like he was watching like a whole thing on your fucking footage that you had. He popped in for 5 seconds to see what's going on outside his own door. You know, it's kind of bullshit. And then all them people in that chasers comment section were like, all the people who were for him were like, "Oh, you know, that's you're not the one risking your life, blah blah blah." They was quick to suck their shit. But tisms what it tisms. Let's see. Rope tornadoes. Me personally, the night ones and the rope tornadoes are the scariest. Because the rope ones are so freaking unpredictable. Look at this. I said images. There we go. Because these things just go everywhere. And we get a lot of these where I'm at. Look at that one. That's pretty crazy. Look at there. It made like a little figure eight in the sky. If I could find one like that one I saw that one day, that'd be crazy. It was like 3 of them coming down. It was a wild sight. They were about this big right here. They were itty bitty little things. But those 3 of them coming down, meeting each other. But it like dissipated like that. I was running up to the house when it dissipated. And I was like, the storm hadn't even made it. It was still sunny on my side, It was just, we saw the storm heading our way. Those 3 little ropes descended. That's a pretty crazy sight right there. How it comes out from under the storm, comes out into the sunlight. That's pretty cool. There's evidently a setting to try to catch lightning on a GoPro. Let me search this. What's up, certified? A forgotten temple carved into a side of a glacier. Well, oh shit! Here we go. Let me fire it back up. Oh hell! Here we go, certified. Hey, certified. You want to go live together? I can make it happen. Let's see. Whoops, my bad. Start over. Create an image of a cotton carved to. Oh, this is super detailed. Side a glacier. I am live. Hell yeah, I know you are. That's right. Hyper detailed, ultra realistic, 8K, epic fantasy style. I'll add that at the end. Let's see. Let's see where I was at. Oh yeah, glowing with bioluminescent runes. Let's see. Sorry, I had a blonde moment there for a second. Surrounded by floating icebergs. I'm a slow typer, by the way, as you can tell, obviously. Floater. Floating. We got a floater. Floating icebergs, that's what it was. Icebergs. Shaped. Beast. Under. Oh, evidently that can't be 2 words. I mean, it has to be, though. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh, I see the fuck up. My bad. Thinking burgers. Okay, my bad. Let's see under, oh shit, I typed in Aura. Let's see. Oh, dash. My bad. Where you at? Where you at? Look, it's been a long time since I've been on a keyboard. I want to hear it. Night sky. Hyper detailed. No, just copy and paste. I don't think I can copy and paste on here. Yeah, I don't think so. I could inspect element. Hold up. Let me try and. Nah, that's probably not gonna work. Bad. Look, I'm going backwards. All right. Let me try it on this one. Inspect. Let's try this. Okay, maybe not that. Ah, gotcha. Okay, it took a second. My bad. My bad. Copy. There we go. There we go. Look at there. Learn something new every day. Boom. Alright. So you have to. Okay, so look, it's been forever since I've been on a computer. Trust me, it's all coming back to me. I'm so used to right clicking and giving the option to copy. Anyhow, my bad. That was my bad. Oh shit. Hey. Forgotten temple carved into the side of a glacier, glowing with bioluminescence, bioluminescent runes, surrounded by a floating iceberg shaped like mythical beast under an aura-lit night sky. Uh, let's see, hyper detailed, ultra realistic, 8K epic fantasy style, and there it is. It actually created that fast as shit too. What the fuck? That's pretty cool though. Look at that. Isn't it wild? Let's see. They call it keyboard. It has keys. You can type in the shape of a board. No kidding. Where do astronauts hang out? Saving that one. That's actually pretty cool, dude. Oh, you gotta see all the other ones we've done. I'll pull those up here in a second. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Oh, come on. You know that one. I know you know that one. Where do astronauts hang out? The space bar. Let's see. Let's let me show you some of the pictures we got. Oops, my bad. Pictures. There we go. I'll open this up and we should be able to scroll it then. Alright. Some of the shit we've come up with. Certified. Somebody asked if I could make an honest, if I could ask it to create an honest politician. Dr. Pepper doing brain surgery. I forget what this one was, but it was cool. It said it was too offensive, the first one I did. It said, cause I put fat guy running to the buffet, and I just put in fat guy, and it did that one. Fat guy running, I mean. That's actually my old bike, almost. So I told it to create a GL 1800C, a 2014 model. It got some of it right. It's not a twin. It's a crossplane 6. So where this came from, could not tell you. Anyhow, but we had it where it was mounted with miniguns, and that was pretty awesome. This is a a hungover bear in a penthouse an apartment, which is pretty cool. I think Steen came up with this one. It was I can't remember. It was just wild. I mean, some of these things are super wild. My wife came up with this one, a donut running from the police. Victorian nursery. Yeah, it was a donut running from the police. Let's see. This is a hot dog eating vegetables in the forest. A tuna eating tuna fish sandwich. And I think the reason that one came about was we were trying to trick the AI and it wouldn't do it. We tried to do a Jeffrey Dahmer eating a meal, then we tried Hannibal Lecter eating just a meal. I mean, he's just sitting there eating out of his plate. We know what it is. Didn't think AI would pick that up, but they did. This was a creepy neighbor, and it looks like what's his name off of GTA. That's that one we just did. Let's see. This was a diesel-powered elevator. I think that was Steen that came up with that one. My wife came up with this one. Dog riding a horse while raining fire. I think that's what it was. Yeah. The Crusades, but badass. Gods fighting is I think what I had on that one. This is a mafia nun who's something gonna preach. Hell, I already forgot. Ancient airship, I think is what this was. Or ancient, spaceship or something like that. Child's box plays distorted lullabies in the background inside the shattered window. Endless field of teeth. Soul made of hyper. Oh my god. Yes, we're doing that one next. That one's actually really picturesque, dude. That is cool as shit. Look at the water, too. That is cool. And look out in the distance, you got mountains back here. Wow. This was creepy. I typed in AI taking over, and this is what it put out. That's all I did was type in AI taking over. This is it. Interesting. Space Cowboy. It was the 16th Chapel, but with dogs. Yep. This is Space Wizards Crushing. Yeah. Apocalyptic Vehicle. I think... No, this one just spit this one out. And that should look kind of familiar. America! I just typed in America, that's what it came up with. This is a lizard fish eating a cheeseburger underwater. This was, hell, I just did it too. It's crazy. Space, what was it? A space, something. Tiger riding a motorcycle, that was Steen. Heal people. The origin of Halloween. Gandalf the Great is into Halloween, it looks like. This was this was like a shitty one. This one was awesome. A dual pistol wielding priest riding a dirt bike in the desert. Absolutely love that. That shit was actually fire. This is Redneck playing that's an Atari. Queen, the cover photo, yeah. Yeah, but with Iron Giant. This is Iron Giant. Redneck 16th Chapel. I'm telling you, dude, this is my best one. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Yeah. It's so gorgeous, I tell you, man. This is a work of just straight up art. We need to scratch off all the paint they had up there on the 16th Chapel and put this in place. Yep. This was a construction, what was it? A construction farmer smoking a cigarette while raining beer. I remember that one. That's actually pretty cool. We've all met this guy before. Monster House. I was hoping it was going to do something like to the movie, but I don't know. It was pretty good. So this one. This was using your yeah, right. This one was using your forklift certification to get past security to get on the space shuttle. Something like that. Yeah, because they're forklift certified. Hey, I age like milk, so it's not too far off. Let's see. This was a weird one. It was 10 random animals all melded together or something like that. What does AI dream of? This one. This is Alien. This is the Mona Lisa, but as an alien. And to be fair, this is the first time I've seen a green alien with tits. Yeah. All of a sudden, the green bastards ain't so bad, huh? What was this? A lionfish bird contraption deal? It was something like that. Or tigerfish. Yeah, that's what it was. Tigerfish. Uh, skid steer on monster truck chassis driven by a horse, and it was like real horsepower or something like that. Definitely weird. They left a wheel up here. Kind of pointless. Anyhow. Steven come up with this one. This was a storm in a coffee cup or a teacup or something like that with raging waves. It's pretty cool. This is like a children's book. This is a what was it, like a squid with 1,000 items in its hand in its tentacles. Construction police officer cutting. Yeah, I don't know. This was cool. This was a fruit fly eating an alligator in the desert, in the rainy desert. That's what it was. And it's actually very gruesome looking. Yeah. Can you imagine these bastards being that big? We would be in trouble. We would be in very bad trouble. This was a elephant riding a tricycle while smoking a cigar running from the police, and it did the top hat on its own. So that was pretty cool. They gave him character. If he didn't already have an aura going around him anyways. Let's see. A moose eating a watermelon riding on a plane under the sea. Yeah. Breaking physics. So we typed. I think I typed this one. I can't remember who typed it in, but I mean who suggested it. But breaking physics, and this is what it come up with. I like going through the Sora pics, see what drugs people are on. I swear, dude. All right. This was a creepy one. A giant lizard eating giraffes in Antarctica. Yeah. Yeah, that's so weird. We are so glad these bastards are small. This is 1,000. We were on a lizard kick there for a minute. This is 1,000 lizards drinking Dr. Pepper, was it? Or drinking through straws or something like that with jetpacks. Something weird like that. This is hummingbirds taking over New York. They're pissing fire, as you can see. So we did the first round with this, and we tried to type in hummingbirds taking over New York while eating people. It wouldn't do the eating people part, but they did do this part, so that's interesting. Good thing these little bastards are small and don't piss fire. This is a spider fish eating a cheeseburger. A space car crusher. What was it? A cosmic car crusher. That's what it was. This is Noah's nightmare. This is what that was. Can't remember what this one was, but oh yeah, crazy. Oh yeah, this is me. This is me. Crazy guy puts ambulance box on truck. There you go. Evidently, this is a Bluetooth connection here. Hummingbirds are actually dinosaurs, yeah. Yes, they are. Staring into the abyss, and the abyss stares back. This is one I did. And then I tried to make it work with the machinery, and that didn't work out. I even uploaded a picture of the baler, and it still messed it up. Look, it called it a 580 PC instead of a CL, and it still does like a Traco style bucket on here. This is under here. This is a rotator. This is a alien jumping, boosting a dead car in the rainforest with a turtle in the driver's seat or something like that, and it completely messed that up. Elephant rides a Honda monkey. It was supposed to be an upside down tornado, and I think we said with a giant lizard in New York while attacking New York City or something like that, and it's Godzilla. He is a giant lizard. Don't even know. Don't ask. Awesome. I added this. I actually added that in there. This is my cover photo on my PC. And there's that one. Panda riding a motorcycle. See, it does cartoonish stuff, right? So that kind of goes back and forth. This is a Stian right here. It was a building. Yeah, I think the first one was eating people, and it wouldn't do that. And then it said attacking people. I think it didn't do that one either. We had to really be creative with how we did it so it would actually do it. And of course, the most beautiful picture on here. You had to say realistic or selfie. Yeah. Yep. Alright, let's we saved that one, so let's go back, create an image of. Let me copy and paste this. Poor baby. Oh. He's up. Oh, I got you, son. Come here. Oh, no. It's okay, son. Uh-oh. Tyler is up and he is not happy. Copy and paste. Okay. And boom. And it's doing it. All right. Here, son, let me get you. I woke up and Daddy wasn't there. Woke up and Daddy wasn't there. Oh no. Oh, and trying to get comfortable. You can't sit side by side in this one. Oh, that is so creepy, dude. Dude, that is so freaking creepy. They're zombie dolls. Teeth sprouting from the soul made of hair. Hyper-realistic, nightmarish surrealism. Holy shit. Page. Chungy to 8K resolution, cinematic lighting, photoreal textures, dark art humor. Oh, horror, I mean. Dude, that is cool. Save that.
I see.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, can we put it on?
Yeah.
Here you go. Oh, there you go. Hey. Hello. Let's see. That was a really good one. Yeah, have that. You can check out the horror-filled nursery pictures. Yep. What's up? What was that? Sherry Ann? Let's see. What you want to see created, Sherry Ann? We've done some pretty cool ones so far. Oh, don't rip it. Here. Here you go. Ooh, creepy. Ooh. Ooh. You want to show the camera? Let's see. Anything you can think of, this AI will create an image of. Whatever you got that comes to mind, type it out. Something with butterflies. Something with butterflies. All right, what do you want to see the butterflies doing? Something scary, something awesome, something normal, or something like just crazy? What are you thinking? Just like create like a scene in your head, type it out, and we'll put it in here, and we'll see it come to life. We've had some pretty cool ones. Yeah, yeah. Create an image of nice butter. Oh, let's see. Butterflies. Let's see. Something pretty. Let's see. Boom. There you go. Just anything you could think of, you could throw it in here, and it'll make it somehow. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have fun trick or treating? Well, we went to a place across the river. Hey, and it was actually pretty crazy. Look at that. See? Door-to-door salesman butterflies. Poor guy lost his wings though. Look at that. They're selling this guy something. He's late for work, but you know what? They're butterflies. We're gonna stick around and find out what they're selling. See what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. We'll start it fresh. We'll save that one. That's like our most wholesome one we've done so far. Create an image of. Anything else you got in mind? Ain't that right, little man? Let's see. Someone always selling something, right? That's right. That's right. Be nice if it was butterflies for once. Hey, you know what? Let's add to that. Let's say... Oop. Butterflies chasing salesman away from house. Oh shit, I caps locked that shit. Whoops. I guess my fat finger hit that. Boom. Oops. See how that turns out. Brontosaurus eating leaves. Alright, bet. We're gonna reverse that. We're gonna scare the salesman away. Don't play with that, son. Here. Yeah. I'll sit up here. There you go. There you go. I got you. Looky there. The butterfly strike back. That's what y'all get trying to sell us stuff. Boom. Alright, let's go home. We're going to create an image of, and you said a... Let's see. I have a 3-year-old too, do you? Yeah. Oh, there's something else. Oh. Ready for a diaper change, ain't you? What are you getting into, huh?
Yeah, me too.
What are you getting into? Let's see. Oh. Copy and paste. Oh, we left out the B. Oh, we added a no. There we go. Energy is off the hook, right? Yes, it is. I always have said, if I could have the energy of a 2-year-old, the wisdom of a 100-year-old, and the body of a 20-year-old, I'd be peak human. Very peak human. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Just say yeah. Yeah. He's like, oh, I ain't saying nothing. What you trying to do? Climb? What's wrong? Huh? What you trying to do? Climb the stairs? Well, look at there. Whoa, you rode one of those yesterday, didn't you? Yeah, the dinosaur. Yeah, they're big. I know. They're so big. Ain't that right? Oh, where you going? Well, that's a long ways from here, son. We did that yesterday. I have to run. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Hey, take it easy, Sherry Ann. Oh. Thank you for the wholesome pictures. Let's see. Thank you, Certified, on that whole copy pasting thing. That really helps out. What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? You're gonna get hurt. Whoa. Oh, we both gotta wear one. Look at this. Whoa. These things are actually pretty creepy coming up at you.
Yeah.
Yep. They make chrome ones, and they make these black ones right here. Me personally, when you get the right lighting and you come up out of the dark with it, it's really creepy. Clean that mask. We do like haunted hay rides and shit like that. Yeah, it's a bit easier. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. On that one. You gotta stay out of that stuff. Yep. Let's see. What was on tornadoes? Let me see if I can find one that kind of resembles what I saw. 3 rope tornadoes. Oh shit, I got 3. Oh, ooh, that was a head, wasn't it? That was a head, wasn't it? Whoa! Oh no. Look what I see. A flashlight. Nope, I don't see nothing like that. I remember it clear as day. They show actual ropes. Rope bracelets. That was a crazy shot there, wasn't it? You know, down there in Florida, when that massive hurricane hit Florida like it did, each band on that hurricane was dropping tornadoes left and right. That was absolutely crazy. What was that? You hear that? I heard that too. Hold up. Interesting. That was a weird sound. Almost sounded like a trumpet. You know what? We can tell AI to create it. Create an image of 3 rope. Potatoes. You want out? You over there. There we go. Spinning a trio of twisting something or another. I didn't catch that. Nope. Nope. What'd y'all do? Mirror the image? No, I wouldn't like that. Like I said, one was coming, like picture it on your screen. Or here, I'll tell you what. 1-800 Windows Paint that shit. 1 second. I can depict it. Boom. Pull you up. Booyah. Alright, check this out. It was coming, like one was coming over, kind of like this. I see it still in my head to this day. One was coming down, kind of right in here. And one was coming from way out over this way. And they were kind of like that. And they were just kind of coming together. And then it just kind of went away. What's up, Chop? Don't save. Y'all don't need to see my fine art. Anyhow. What are you doing, Chop? Welcome to the stream. You know, it's very popular, so be careful, you know. It might be hard to keep up with chat. Want to come back in here? There you go. Are you becoming tech savvy? I'm trying to, my best. As you can tell, it's not going that great. But, check this out, Chop. What do you have that comes to mind that you would like to see an image created of that AI could create? Try me. Hey, no, the really certified is the one helping me out with the tech savviness. Because, I was typing this shit out as I was seeing it. He just saved me a whole lot of time. I was so used to right-clicking something and getting the option to copy and paste. And, yeah, evidently you can left-click it and drag. How about that? Old skill, lost to time. Anyhow, been on smartphones for so long, dude. They kind of made you dumber. Yeah, makes sense. Quote of the day. Oh, look at this, son. What can you think of, Chop? Something crazy, something peaceful, something nice, something wild and out of this world. I know Certified had a couple of really good ones. Really the only two he did, but they were really good ones. The ones he did. And I'll show you a let's see. I'll show you a preview of what we've been making. I'll run through these again. Let's see, pictures. So here's what we've been doing right here. Let's see. Son's birthday, so I had family let some, let's see. Put some fireworks. Huh. Okay. I don't know if you're telling me that or if that's what you want me to put. Let's see. Birthday. Oh, wait. See, look, I'm so. Let me do this. Look at this. So much easier. Boom. Copy. Boom. Paste. Hey. See how that turns out, Chop. What are you getting into? Cake, laughter, and fireworks. Well, that's wholesome. Alright, Chop. We're going to have to send the police your way. This is depicting a normal family, you know? Being a normal family, and we can't have that in the UK. I'm afraid this goes against our normal people policy, and sorry, brother. I think we gotta come pick you up. Ain't that some shit? Not wrong. No, no kid, not wrong at all. Yep. You see the pyrotechnics over here? You are planning to burn down your entire town. We know it. That's why we're coming to take the threat. You know, YouTube is too dangerous. You know, you cannot free think, Chop. Free think is wrong think. Let's see. Create an image of. Oh, Chop. Oh. Oops. Mm. And I might have to not just say the UK's. I ought to say England. Let's just say England. All right. Or it might get it. It might get it. Create an image of the UK's. Is this too touchy? It's doing it. We had a criminal let out by the prison by mistake who was there for hard R of two women. They found him for it again, gave him 500 pounds to go. How about that? How about that? They wonder why people are in the streets. Man, this is accurate. So far, yeah, this is accurate. I've been keeping up with those guys that go around cutting these cameras down. That shit is fire. But I mean, even Jeremy Clarkson and all them were talking about how it's ridiculous. You can't even go across, London without being completely charged left and right from these cameras. Visual take on the hyper surveilled UK metropolis. Click there. This is not inaccurate. This is it right here. Let's see. Yeah. What are you doing? Boy, you better not be spitting your drink in there. No. No. Do not do that. I'll take your drink away. Mm. Yeah. There's congestion charge and emissions charge in London. London is basically California, is what you're trying to tell me. California, let me tell you how it is with truck drivers. Steen could probably tell you a little bit about this too. So California is like going to a whole nother country. There's actually a lot of people, like distributors along the border of California that truck drivers will take to drop their stuff off there, and then they got dedicated trucks that run into California from there. That's how bad California is when it comes to their bullshit. Like even buying a lawnmower. Like imagine buying a lawnmower over there. It's got to be with all the smog protections and all this other bullshit on there. It's a lawnmower. It's a lawnmower. Okay, you're only going to use it once, maybe a week, if that. Meanwhile, politicians and celebrities flying in, just going across the state, going to the next town, flying all over. That's what I would be concerned with. If you want to talk about who's polluting more, look there. I got you, son. Boo boo. I'll be right back, y'all. Oh, let me change this booty. No. Change it. slipped in on us, didn't she? She slipped in here like a ninja. Yeah. Silent as the night. We're all changed up. All right. Yeah. So what you're saying, Job, is that so they're about the same as California. Sounds super familiar here. You know what, Chop? We ought to download that. I'll save it to the post, and we'll get you to download that as a screensaver. They might come and pick you up though. No guarantees. Boom, 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 FBI, open up. Wait, hold up. What would that be there? Hey, Chop, what is y'all's version of FBI? I'm actually curious. No. No. What are you trying to do? No. This boy. I'm too heavy to kidnap. Just lay there. Y'all gotta carry my ass. MI5, MI6. Ah, I got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Create an image of. So MI5, right? So. I cannot generate that image. It involves potentially misleading depiction of law enforcement. Of course it does. Okay, let me try that again then. How many times have you been talking and a commercial comes up on that subject? Yes, that happens all the time. And there's a reason for that, because we have completely invited them into our homes, and you cannot do anything about it, because here's the thing. All right, I'm kind of with Louis Rossman on this one. So there's a lot of things I disagree with him on. There's a lot of things I really agree with him on, and this is one of them. When you buy a device, okay, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a TV, it could be a phone, anything. You cannot use that device. You cannot enjoy it. You cannot, it will brick the phone. If you do not accept it, you cannot use this phone. You cannot get past it. You have to click I accept. And when you click I accept, that allows them to do all of this shit. You know, I mean, just if you ever sit down and take the time to go through all the lawyer talk and all the fine print, you'll find out just what they get away with. You know, and they can change it anytime they want. And whenever they change it, it's like, well, are you going to really read all the changes? No. It's like a very small, teeny percentage of people that would actually sit down and read that shit through. You know? Ridiculous. That's like all these phones. This is another rant I got. I guess we're doing rants now. So this is another rant I have. Let's see, and if they can do that, oh yeah, they track us no matter what. You are not under. You're not out of it. You. If you have anything that connects, you're tracked. All right. Alexa's listening. There's magic words they can hold. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, here, I'll let you outside. Alright. But, like I said, man, it's just like the NSA. You know, used to the NSA was like a mythical place, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's actually real, and, you know, hey, you know, they do listen in to what you're saying. Edward Snowden busted that shit all wide open. Is what it is. That's like another thing, innovation. All right, these phones, these smartphones and shit. This S23 Plus is now ancient compared to now, today times, you know, so is what it is. But I don't think this is innovation, really. They have not changed from this in so long. The only thing they have done is fold this shit in half. Wow. Yay. We can fold. We went back to flip phones. You know, come on. We went back to flip phones, but they're flat screen flip phones. I mean, you want me to tell you what innovation is, but yet they will not allow this shit to be used with only like certain carriers. Right now, and by the way, I love this too. This is another thing that really pisses me off. So, because it's so stupid. It pisses me off because of the stupidity behind it. AT&T has whitelisted. They can't even say blacklist anymore. Somehow, somewhere, that was offensive. So they call it whitelisting now. So AT&T has whitelisted the Unihertz Tank 3 Pro. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm fixing to show you. Let's see. Ooh. Tank 3 Pro right here. Boom. And they got a Tank 4 Pro out now. So let's see. It's this phone right here. You know what this phone does? This has a projector built into it. You can pop a 40-inch flat screen TV on your wall at any point, and it's actually very clear. You turn the lights out, it's super freaking clear. That is innovation. The phone is a brick, all right? Yes, it's thick. But you know what? That sumbitch right there can actually last over a week of constant use. You charge it up, it'll last a week. You can charge it off of it. It's got an extremely bright flashlight under it. Behind it, it's got a 200 megapixel camera. The only thing I don't like about the camera, they did so great on the rest of the phone. The specs are absolutely awesome. But what they didn't do is they didn't add camera stabilization. So it's lacking that. If it had a stabilizer in that camera, it would be absolutely the pinnacle of phones. That's innovation. Making this shit flip in half is not innovation at all. It's not. We were having the IDs, the government said, yeah, the digital IDs, yep. Even the phone knows where you are via the nearest, the cell towers can pinpoint your ass too. Your phone, see, that's why they glue the batteries in here. Used to, you could take the battery off a phone and you would still be safe, right? Now, you can't just take the batteries out of these. You got to suction cup these things apart. You got to heat them up. There's a process, right? Just to get the battery out. If your battery is in this phone, even with your phone completely off, you can turn it off. It will still, with a cell tower, pick up where you're at. You have to take your SIM card out. That'd probably be your best bet, but even then, I think that's kind of worthless. They still most likely have a way around that. Now they got them darn... so here in the U.S., Chop, let me tell you this. So here in the U.S., they got these cameras popping up everywhere. And they're all out here, too. That's what's crazy. They are everywhere. And they happened in no time. Well, and I mean, I'm talking like we're seeing this shit out in the country. It's happened in no time. And they're these little, it's called a swarm, I think is what they call it. The swarm cameras. All right. They're little poles with a camera with a solar panel on top, and they track your every movement. They read license plates. But they do have a camera on board. So it's more than just that. And on top of that, so here's the thing. The police can access it and they can use that information however they want. But at the same time, it's third-party software. Or, third-party, it's a third party that uses it as well, that owns it. So they can take the data and use it for advertising. Okay, we know we can track your movements, we know what you do, we know what your habits are, and we can sell that. And that's a real fucking thing, and it's so crazy because you see these things every freaking where, even at the store. And that's crazy, man. It's fucking nuts. They can track you all the way from when you leave your house to the store. It's fucking nuts. They're all up and down the highway I live next to. All up and down the highway. You can't, I swear, I passed like 3 or 4 of them on the way to work every day. Samsung had phones back in 2009 that had a projector. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though, man. Why don't they bring shit like that back? This one right here, it's full-on waterproof, too, because, what's his name? He's the one, I think it's Jerry Riggs Everything. Jerry Rig Everything, you know? He's the one that actually tore this phone down and found out how it waterproofed it. He was actually very impressed with it. And I have to give him that. I mean, he was right. He tore this phone completely down. The only thing I agree with him on is that it doesn't have a camera stabilizer, you know, but it did have a 200 megapixel camera, which was very impressive. But yet AT&T won't even take this, you know. T-Mobile and Verizon kind of take it, but you got to do some weird shit to make it work. But I mean, that's crazy though. The phone with all the specs that this has, 18 gigs of RAM. I think it was 18 gigs of RAM. Let me see here. Tank 3 Pro specs. Because there's two different versions you can get too. Let me see here. Go to all. Let's go to Unihertz itself. Let's see. No, I'm looking for the upgraded one. The upgraded one I think had 1 terabyte worth of storage. Let's see. I don't know, we'll go off of this one. Fuck it. Let's see. It's still impressive though. 16 gigs of RAM, 18 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabytes. I think that was the Tank 4 I saw with a 1 terabyte. I think it was the Tank 4 they just dropped. 200 megapixel camera. Let's see. I mean, it's got everything, dude. It's got a projector built in. It's got all this other shit, you know. Weight. Look, it's of course. Okay, so weight. It's the weight of a brick. You can use it for self-defense if you had to. It's just crazy, right? This would be a phone I'm interested in, but the problem is Cricket won't take it because Cricket is a derivative I mean, is a, what do you call it? They use AT&T. My bad. I had a brain for it. Yeah. Let's see. Samsung had a phone back in 2009 that had a projector. See, I didn't know about that one. Let's see. Let's check that out. See what it looked like. Images. Oh, look at there. Samsung Galaxy Beam. Check that out. Let's see if they still sell them. Of course, here's this retarded shit. Let's see. No, they do not. Like, it's old school. Oh my god. But anyhow, yeah, it's old. But that's what I'm saying, though. This one right here is pretty cool. And they're making it now. That's the one I would like to see come back. And the one that I'm talking about, it actually has active cooling for it. I imagine this shit gets really hot or it's very limited. I actually saw several reviews on this phone. I'm actually very interested in it, but the fact is they're whitelisted from AT&T, which makes no sense to me. It's crazy. Not to mention this phone would absolutely handle what I could throw at it, because I had a Cat S30 back in the day, and I loved that phone. The only thing that killed that phone was literally itself. It just got too slow for what I needed. Like I said, everything else was moving up. The phone got kind of outdated, and it was too slow. But I still have it, and it still fires up. I hear you, son. Remember the old Star Trek with phasers and flip phones? They can think it, yeah. Yeah, retro innovations may be the best. Yeah, it's 16 years old. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 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 White is the new black. I'm sure they programmed in the break, so you have to buy another one. Yeah. The beauty about this one, though, you can rebuild it. Everything's replaceable on this. You can fully rebuild this phone. Son, what is it? Did you drink it all? Oh, you want to come over here with your drink? He said, here you go. Get your drink. I see. But that's what I liked about this one. I was watching, again, it was Jerry Rig Everything, I think is what his channel is. Let's see. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Yep. He's the one that tore it down and completely went over it. He just did one recently with a flip phone that actually, and it was one of those, flat screen flip phones that actually caught fire on his table. He said that out of all the years I've been doing this is the first one that's actually went up in flames on my table. That was a recent video y'all should go check out. This guy's pretty cool. Yep. He just did it. He did a review a little while back on this one. I'm waiting for him to do one on the 4 because they got the 4 out now. So here's the 4. Look at that. And this is supposed to have, I thought, was this one the thermal imaging one, or was that another one I was thinking of? And it had like stupid clear night vision too. Stupid clear. And I think this is just the projector. I think another one had the thermal imaging, but it was like really shitty thermal imaging. I mean, for what you get it for, I mean, don't expect much. Let's see. Let's get the specs on it. 18 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. This is the one with the 1 terabyte of storage. But the camera is less. That's what I didn't understand. They kind of went down on the camera. The night vision is still impressive, but the camera, they went from a 200 megapixel down to a 50, which is still good. Don't get me wrong. Still pretty. I mean, I think it's plenty. You drink your drink, you don't spit it out. Well, let's see. Shopping. See, I am sure that, let's see. Yeah, that's about right on these. Oh boy, you're not light. And it's got AMOLED screen too. That's crazy. See, my screen, when I had to replace it, they went with like this cheap, just regular, OLED, But what I had, what comes stock on the Samsungs is that. There you go. You can't stand up on my shoulders. I know what you're trying to do. Think of the new tech that will be invented in Ukraine out of necessity. Yes. Drones, man, is probably about the craziest thing they started using for warfare. Like that. Hey, you'll go back in there if you keep on now. But, yeah, the facial recognition drones, that'd be crazy. But really, dude, they opened up a Pandora's box of absolute... Can you imagine the veterans coming out of there, both on Ukraine and Russia's side, coming home? They hear a buzz, they are freaking the fuck out. That's the reality of that war. That's what's crazy, You hear a drone buzz and you will absolutely lose your shit. You'll be running for your life, and that's what's happened. And it's so weird. I've seen some crazy videos, people like unarmed, like white flagged, like, hey, please, begging for their life, and it's just some guy behind a controller. That's it. It's just, man, dude. Whew. Crazy shit. They're everywhere over there, too. That's like the most effective thing to use over there is a damn drone. They were destroying, like, state-of-the-art, at the time, state-of-the-art equipment. Because they started the war off. No, they started the war off with kind of old shit, didn't they? Yeah, it was old shit they started off with, but they ended up getting some better equipment. And it was still destroying that shit. Then they figured, oh, well, we got you fixed. Oh, no, son. That's that Rubik's Cube that kind of fell apart the second you tried to turn it. Okay. But yeah. Then they started having all them like big dog boxes built around them tanks and whatnot. That's crazy. I will say though, the craziest video I saw that come out of there was a Bradley fighting a what was that? A T was it Russian tank? It was a Bradley fighting a T something. I can't. I don't know the Russian tanks. They'll have it here. That was actually a crazy battle I never thought I would see. What was it? Oh, go back to Google on that one. It was a T-90. It was a T-90 tank. That's what it was. That was the craziest thing, seeing that Bradley bombard that tank like that. That was a video of it. Yeah, it was just peppering his ass left and right. Took out all his sensors, took out all his his eyes pretty much. There was nothing he could do but sit there and take it. And that's a terrifying aspect. Yeah, dude, Bradleys are way more OP than people give them credit for. Yeah. Oh yeah, Brad. Yeah. Which has an underwater nuke drone powered by. Yeah. Yep. Wasn't it called Poseidon? Didn't they call it Poseidon or something like that? And it was so quiet it could roam undetected. Like I said, they could just stick this thing out there. It could be anywhere, just slowly making its way somewhere, and then be kind of there.
Mama.
And then whenever they want, they can set it off, which is terrifying. See the ball? Ball. Don't go under there. No. Oh. Hey, don't do that. There you go. Yeah, they have. Yeah, them Bradleys are something else, man. That's what I was about to say his full name. I can't do that. So down the road, he's a good friend of mine. He's got a bunch of footage from over there he took, and that's what he was on, the Bradley. Now he was, he was a ranger. Son, it's okay. But yeah, that's what he was on, and he always talked highly of that Bradley that he was on. But let's see. Yeah, everybody always thinks about the Abrams.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Bradley's pretty stout. it's pretty stout. Boy, stop that. And he continues to do it. All right, how about that? Hey, no. No. I said no. All right, you're going back over there then. Going back over there. Yeah. Drug all kinds of stuff out. That's my excuse for not going on a diet. Hell yeah. Let's see. It's I wonder if I can get away with that. I mean, it's not like we got a whole whopping 19 views on here. I really don't care about this stream right here. So let's look at this. Let's see, Bradley fighting T90. So if somebody wants to flag this, go for it. I'll just delete the stream. That ain't no big deal. But we'd like to see it, wouldn't we? Look at that.
They're
Make
some of the
sure
most dramatic armoured engagements we've seen from Ukraine.
make sure y'all
A
ain't
Russian
being
T-90
deafened over
tank
here.
and 2 armoured fighting vehicles decimated by Ukrainian
it's a picture
Bradleys.
show.
It happened on
It's
the
a
Eastern
picture
Front
show
near
for
Avdiivka.
y'all.
2 US
Oh,
supply
no.
Bradleys from Ukraine's battle-hardened 47th Brigade ambushed the tank as it approached the village of Stepove. The T-90 is one of Russia's most advanced tanks,
Look at
fitted with a
that.
125mm gun and
He
explosive
blacked them.
armour. But the Ukrainians attacked before it could bring any of that
Absolutely
firepower to
fucking
bear.
it up.
The tank's armour exploding as it was hit by round
He didn't
after
even give him a
round.
moment to
The
breathe.
Bradley's 25mm
It's that-
chain
it's
gun
that
aiming
bad.
for the tank's weak spot, the join between the turret and the hull. Ooh. In a separate
And you know,
battle, a
they
Bradley
say that
destroyed 2 Russian
autoloader is
infantry fighting
super
vehicles,
superior and all
pummeling
that,
the
but the thing
BMPs
was,
with its
that was
Bushmaster
actually their
cannon
biggest
at close
weakness.
quarters. For the T-90,
Because
the
once
end
all
was
that
near.
ammunition that's
By
stored
now
right
it
there
was
on the
out
top
of control, its turret
goes,
spinning
it
as it
goes.
careered into a tree. But the Ukrainians weren't finished. Next to attack the tank, a kamikaze drone. Amazingly, the tank's 3 crew all
Perhaps
emerged
attack
from the
these,
hull
Bradleys in
and
and out,
staggered
yep.
away. It was later claimed 2 were killed in action and a 3rd captured by Ukrainian forces. The remains of their $4.5
God,
million
dude, YouTube is
tank,
not happy
like
right
so
now.
much Russian armour,
It's
abandoned
buffering
on the
so bad for
battlefield.
y'all. I can see y'all
Simon
in
Newton,
what y'all
Forces
see.
News.
It's hurting.
Thanks for watching. For more from
Yeah, that's
Forces
crazy,
News,
dude. Yeah, he destroyed all of his sensors too. Your superior T-90 was taken out by a Bradley. I mean, granted, it's a Bradley. You got very little chance against a zoned-in Bradley, exactly. He sounds like a Bradley. Well, choice name. You don't want us to bring out our Kyle. He'll punch holes in you. Bradley's a little on the tame side. Because when we bring out Kyle, it's over. Man. But yeah, I remember that. So, let me see. I think they called it Poseidon. Let's see. Bushes. Tsunami drone. Or, no. Uke. There we go. Sure, why not? Didn't change nothing. Didn't they call it a Poseidon or something like that? Yeah, Poseidon. Yeah. Well, that's a torpedo. Yeah, but wasn't it like a self-contained, did its own thing by itself? It didn't have to be shot out? Because the one I was under the impression of, they could just deploy it and it would just swim its way to wherever. Very little chance. Yeah. From my understanding, that's the one I saw. You know, my greatest fear isn't necessarily the missiles flying over. My greatest fear is the warhead in the back of a van of some type. You know, that would be my greatest fear. Because it's like, everybody's so focused on the missiles and whatnot. What they don't know is those missiles, it's like all that missile for like a small warhead. And if somebody was to drive that shit into a city and set that shit off on the ground, that'd be the worst case scenario, really. Shit to keep you up at night. 3,700 Bradleys. Let's see. Want another 2,800 in storage? Yep. Look at there. Yep. We have 6,500 Bradleys. Figure 3,700 active Bradleys mentioned in the user prompt is consistent with recent formation. Yeah. Total number of M2, M3 variants for the U.S. Army was over 6,700 units. Current active wood fleet. Damn. You know what? We got the age-old question. The Abrams tank, if it can land one. But if the Bradley can blind it, like what it did to that T-90, it might be fucked. I don't know, man. See, I'm kind of up in the air about this one because we just saw Bradley take out a T-90. And I mean, albeit, if the T-90 was to land a shot on that Bradley, it would have been a done deal. But the Bradley blinded the shit out of that T-90, and that was it. So I don't know, man. That's up for air. I guess it depends. It really depends on how it goes down to finding each other. If we had to pit the two tanks against each other, and what they're equipped with, what they're set up for, and what terrain they're in, I think that's where that matters. Son, I'm not going to be pulling you back over here, putting you over there, back over here, back over there. No. No. Okay, that's fake. Mm-hmm. That's fake. Yeah, now you smile doing it. Uh-huh. Yeah, that would be crazy. That's what I'm saying, though, man. The Abrams does have a disadvantage with the weight. That Bradley could, I think, outmaneuver it and land some very, very, very good shots. Or critical shots. Let's see. No, there was this one. All right, so check this out. I used to watch these all the time, and hopefully they're still here. So, let's see. Let's go to YouTube. Let's see. We'll go here. We'll search. No. Let's It was a battle simulator. Let's see. It was what would happen if you send like a modern jet or something like that back in the day, you know, like back to World War II, Battle of let's say Pearl Harbor, right? Let's say Pearl Harbor. Okay, sending a modern aircraft carrier. Oops, modern. Boom. There we go. See how this turns out. So there was a guy who actually run these simulations. Where is it at? Let me actually type this in. I'd had to find the guy. Oh, there he is, Grim Reaper's right there. Modernize carrier group. Let's see. Super carrier goes back to 1942. Here it was. This guy was cool as shit.
Hello,
I
valued
used to watch
viewers.
these all
I
the
hope
time.
you're all doing wonderful.
It was interesting watching it, you know.
Massive, really important.
No, I wasn't in the
and
army
the
channel.
first test of brand new
No,
tech.
they wouldn't let me in.
First of all, sorry about my voice. I am sick as a dog,
Didn't pass
but
the
we've got to
physical.
push on. We are back in the 7th of December, 1941. Imperial Japanese
Thanks a lot.
Navy is attacking
Fucking
Pearl
sucks.
Harbor. By some feat of amazing engineering, we've shipped back a brand new 2020s US carrier group to
That's what
get
you
in
get for
their
growing
way
up at a
and try and
scrapyard.
stop them. Now, we've done this before. In fact, we've done this 3 times. In October 2021, we tried it and we failed. A few days later, we did a rematch, changed tactics, and we had a draw.
Like a
week
shotgun
later,
in a way, right?
we tried it one more
'Cause
time.
come to find
new
out, a
tactics,
shotgun was OP
and we
as hell
won.
when it come to
But
drones.
all 3 of these attempts were with relatively low technologies. The missiles we were using
see.
were
He's
from the
setting it up now.
mid-1990s. The ships were from the mid-1990s, and a lot has happened in the last 25 years of weapon and ship technology. So we're running it again with brand
he
new
normally
ships
starts
and
it right
weapons.
here. Yeah,
so,
right here.
Here is Guam.
So this is when the
pretending to be
fight
Pearl
happens.
Harbor.
Try to join, but failed the exam. And I got
Yeah, watching.
Take it, watch
But if
videos,
you're wondering why they don't take off the
No
carrier,
shit.
they conflict with the
me and
AI
Razor subscribed to our
and stuff
channel,
stops
so
working,
so
so it's just easiest to be
that's
doing
why I
like
just
this.
passed physical.
Best for everyone.
Did the
Things we've
ASVAB
learned along the
on
way.
that.
Lots of things we've learned. Right,
it
you
wasn't
are
like I was
released,
super
guys.
successful
Go and
on
do
the
things.
ASVAB,
Oh my god,
it's
is that
not like
missile
they're
up?
gonna use me for other things.
It is! Missiles up already. What the heck? Look at that. What missiles are up? We have SM-6 ER, range 130 miles. I haven't even looked at the Japanese yet. Okay, a whole bunch of SM-6. They've assessed the threat. They've sent the SM-6s up. Let's go and have a look at the Japanese. They are only just taking off. That is so funny. Would not want to be Japanese. Real life, these ships will probably be closer together. Again, I just didn't want to build this mission from scratch.
Yeah,
I didn't want to risk anything not
I was one
working,
of
so
those
I've
guys
spaced them out a few
I
miles
was going to
each.
join. No,
Pretty cool, huh?
I tried. I tried twice.
Lots
Tried to
of
get in there,
aeroplanes
course,
at
the second
sea.
time they kind of
So,
like, punched you away right there,
353.
but
Fighters are up first to give fighters screen cover.
back was too bad to get it blowed out.
What a sight, huh?
Don't even blow it out.
Not too different to how it would have looked
That's what you get.
over 70 years ago.
Told them never,
Except I
That's why
don't
they
actually
never
think they had
worked there,
zeros in
you
this.
know?
They had Kates, they had
flipped
vowels.
me up
What else did
before
they
I
have?
even
I
got a
forgot.
good start
They
on
had
life,
the
so-
vowels, the Kates, and zeros.
Oh, they had zeros, right? Okay.
I was able to go
Yeah,
through
we just
training
did
though,
vowels
and I.
Kates and- Will it
like I
make
said,
any
I
difference?
was,
Not really.
I worked
if we
at a
were actually
prison,
starting
you know,
to
for a
bomb
little while. They
ships in the
allowed me
harbour
for
and
that
stuff, the
training,
simulation
but-
would matter. As far as
Oh,
this
wow.
simulation here matters, it just matters really that they are a World War II
I mean,
plane.
it's not as
They can
intense
go
as
about the
military
right speed.
training goes,
Speaking
I
of
mean,
which,
obviously,
this is
but
actually new. This is a
still,
new
you know,
updated model of
we
the
had to run
A6M.
and all that.
Whoever you are who made it, let me know so I can credit you.
What they
It's
were
got its
requiring
own flight
back
model
then.
now, which is
You
going
know
to be
what
more
I
similar
probably
to
should have done
an
though.
A6, because you can see,
While
in fact, look how slow
while
it's
the
going.
rules were
That's because
kind of
it is now an
relaxed,
A6.
you know,
Last time
there
it was
for a
actually a
minute
P51
during the
with the
a certain
A6 model,
administration.
so it was going
Probably
stupid.
should've taken
you know.
advantage
Fox 3.
Really?
I'd
Wow.
be an old head there
That's
now.
ambitious. Simba
be too
is
old, I guess.
84 miles
They
away.
call me
Yep,
old man
that's
in
within
there.
threshold of the
I'd be surrounded by a
M120D.
bunch of 18, 20-year-olds.
Amazing.
It's also worth bearing in mind that the Japanese have no idea about tactics against missiles, so they'll be sitting ducks.
Well, that's going to be a really interesting thing. I've removed
Although they
their
did have that
RWR,
unit, the
radar
old
warning receiver.
bastards.
I know it sounds stupid, but all
You
planes,
know, and people who have
even
some
World War
life
II planes and
experience, you
DCS
know,
have a
before they
radar
go
warning
in.
receiver. I've removed it, and so
They
I'm
were actually
hoping they
pretty
won't try
effective.
and dodge. However, core game of DCS, you know, World War II planes aren't really designed to fight against missiles, so they may still
You're just finding that
magically
out?
detect the missiles and go and try and dodge them. I don't know. This is untested, so we'll have to
What
see.
happened?
My guy's sending out auto aim 120s. Oh, it's just too much to watch. Just going to have a look at the US fleet pumping out their SM6s. Look at that. They're really clever
How old
how
is
we've
it?
made these SM6s. They assess the threat and they've assessed the threat as high, probably just because of the amount of planes
hold
that
up.
are in the air.
Say
They
that
just see
again?
lots of them coming this way. That's a big threat, so send all the SM6s out. It's quite clever how it all works. My guys are now 55 miles away. Let's have a look at the Japanese.
I'm gonna say
Blissfully
that.
unaware. Look how
I'm gonna
many are
say
up.
it, and I'm gonna let you kind of like hear it.
353
She's mad because her
beautiful A6s.
son.
How many are in the air at the moment? 40 ships. They've got four funnel cruisers at the front. They've got two
what
and
I'm
one
saying.
funnel destroyers.
She's saying
couple
her
of frigates,
son made
and
her
6 carriers.
a
Are they the right
pregnant
kind of carriers? Not really. In
grandma.
fact, one of them is. The others aren't the type of carriers. Try to generalise to make it a bit more efficient. Look at those dots. Can you see all those dots in the sky?
Anyhow,
Cool, huh? Oh, the first missiles are coming.
That's,
just supersonic.
I don't even want it. I'm trying to unthink that.
Oh, we got a miss. The very first missile's a miss. How about
Oh,
that? No, it isn't.
Yep, no,
First
it's not
0
gonna do it.
down. Got a counter at the top
Show
there.
this.
We've got amazing plans for this counter as well.
It's a cool video though. If y'all get a chance to go check it out, man, it's worth it. It's Grim Reapers, and y'all might actually fall in love with that because he does all kinds of scenarios. He's got a shit ton of subs, man. Holy shit. Well, yeah, check him out. He's worth it. Look at there. He's really come up on that. I was watching him way
In
back before he had all
2016,
that.
a crack
Damn,
commando
he's great.
unit of beautiful humans and sexy
Ain't
machines
that
was
something?
sent to prison
Yeah,
by
I
a
wanna see
military court.
videos. But I was going back to like the old ones. Oh, he's doing them like every week now. Shit, it used to be kind of long in between them. Could War Horse Strike. Let's see, from a hunt to Red October really beat a. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. Like I said, he does all kinds of scenarios. You ever thought of doing reaction videos? I don't know how they get away with it, and my computer's not strong enough, I don't think. Because right now, you see how it's all skipped out for y'all? You know, it's like a picture show, so my computer is definitely lacking on the performance side of things to do that. I'd have to upgrade to something else. I think it'd be cool though. You know, kind of join, I guess, the herd on how that works. I don't know. I just always tried to do my own thing, you know, which it's not going great as you can tell. The machinery stuff always does well, but I don't know. I'd like to do something like that. That would be nice. But I don't know how they get away with copyright. And I watch him all the time. Like I watch like Asmongold, you know, and he'll be reacting to something. And I'm like, how is it he's not getting copyrighted, you know, on a lot of this stuff? And on top of that, you got some scary things. See, like when you start off small, if you're small, you don't have no money, you know, you get hit with a lawsuit. That's the end of the line. That's awful, you know. For instance, like they hit Charlie. You know, Charlie. Well, he's like Asmon's brother in a way. But he was watching the stream. Now, mind you, he's down in Florida, so the hurricane was hitting him, so it mattered, right? Seriously, son, stop making a mess. But he was down in Florida while these tornadoes and all that was happening, and he just popped in on, you know, a stream, or what was it, a video, or live, like a live that was going on that was showing the tornadoes. He was like, oh shit, you know, he just popped on for like not even, I want to say at most 10 seconds, and they shot a lawsuit his way. And that's what I'm so afraid of, is like trying that and then getting a lawsuit. That's the way I see it. But oh well. It'd be cool though doing reaction videos. I just gotta find out how they do it. How they do it without getting in trouble or without problems. And I seen, like, I tried it one time, like Asmon. You know how he pauses a lot? I was thinking, well, okay, that might be what it is. So I started counting the amount of seconds in between his pauses. So I said, all right, I'll go off of that. And I tried it that one time, and it's like instantly the video got demonetized and had a copyright deal, you know, put against it. And I was like, well, damn. And it was just a news place. It was just news. I couldn't understand it. That was way back. That was way back when we was doing the, you know, the whole I had the mask on, you know, that deal. So, I don't know. I'd like to, though, but I don't know how they do it. Have no clue how they do it. And not to mention, it's going to take so long on here to build this up. Because this part right here, man, it's like I'm starting over all over again. Because, again, I just got you here watching Chop. It's like, that's what it's like. It's like just starting over all over again. It's just going to drag on, and then all of a sudden, like, you might have a video that just hits, you know? I need to, I guess if I'm gonna be doing this, you know, I need to start paying like an editor, you know, like somebody like a dedicated editing channel, you know. I've seen a few of those, and I just need to check that out, I guess. See if they can edit, you know, some videos for me, like on a professional level, you know. Just try that out. Because so far, I think out of all this time I've been on YouTube, let me check. I made a little over $100 on YouTube, so I need to take that $100 and send that to somebody and just see what they can come up with, you know. $100 ain't much, so it's not much at all. It probably won't get you far. Yeah, last thing you need is a lawsuit with a young. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what stops me, you know. Yep. Because what happened to Charlie was, I mean, that kind of like opened everybody's eyes to what's really happening out there, and they weren't just throwing lawsuits. Like if they knew it was Charlie, they would have never. If they saw the size of his channel, they would have never sent that lawsuit. But the fact is, they were shotgunning lawsuits out. So. Yeah. My camera's glitching or something. I see that on there. Now, that was just over something as simple as weather, you know? Just weather. And they're so vicious about it too, man. That's what I don't understand. These darn, like anybody that chases a tornado or anything, they are so freaking protective over that footage. So freaking protective. You could, like, showing the cover photo of the footage is so scary to use, you know? It's like me just going over these cover photos and pictures and shit. Am I gonna catch a lawsuit over that? I mean, damn, that'd be messed up. But, oh well. What can you do? How can I do videos? I have a tendency to slip into village idiot mode. Hey, welcome to my world. Like I said, well, you know, we're so young on this channel right now, man. It's like, yeah, I'm getting to know all my people. It's like, you know, you watch channels and you see all these moderators and everything that you see on these massive channels, and you realize them guys have been around since before dude was famous, you know? And it makes sense then. You're like, holy shit, how did they become a moderator? Well, it takes time. Like I said, they actually had a one-on-one with who they're moderating. And this is kind of what it is right now, I guess. Because we kind of popped up to 16,000 subs. Hopefully, I don't know, it's enough to kind of like, it's like a toe, it's like your pinky toe on the door on YouTube, because right now, 16,000 subs is like having 16 subscribers in reality, because there's so many massive freaking channels on here. And another thing that's kind of worrying me, you see all the guys that got famous on YouTube, the guys that had really massive channels, they did it at the right time. We right now the YouTube market right now is so saturated because everybody wants to stream, everybody wants to become a YouTuber and whatnot, and it just, that alone kind of oversaturates the market and drives down the prices. So really, I don't know, if everybody's doing it, it's going to be kind of worthless to do it, you know. That's kind of like what happened to the converter market. See, my boss, you know, that's what he started off on, was converters, and he did it well before there were anything like that. Like, nobody knew what converters, even thieves didn't even know what converters were. You know, he would go to scrapyards. We used to crush these things all the time. We didn't think nothing of them. It's exhaust, you know? I mean, who cares, you know? He would go out and pay them. He'd pay them good money. He'd pay $50 to $100 a car just to cut the exhaust off of it, you know? He'd turn around, and I mean, what they were going for then was ridiculous amounts of money, man. And then everybody started doing, you know, converters, and it just became an oversaturated market. Now converters are worth, like you find some good ones every now and then, but even then, even the good ones that you find now that used to be worth like $2,500 to $3,000 back in the day, they're worth like $500 now. You know, and that's like the really good ones. 9 times out of 10, you may tell you the converters you're coming across, $20, $30, $15, a bunch of aftermarkets, $5. You know, they're just not worth that much no more. Like a Nissan, let's see, a Nissan 2016 model, which I had one now, ironically. Versa had a $600 converter on it. Most people don't know that. And a lot of people, they get mad at you because they'll bring in some like foreign car or something like that, and they'll have like a wire converter. You know, they're worthless, you know, and they think you're trying to lowball them, but they're actually not worth anything. Them expensive diesel converters, there's a lot of them that are worthless. Like I'm talking, they have no value to them, and people will be sitting there like you're trying to scam them or something. Like go to somebody else or like load it back up. But we don't care. It's worth nothing, you know. All because it's big don't mean it's worth something, you know. It's worth something if you had to put it back on. Let's see, every Fred in the shed has a YouTube channel. That's exactly. I'm one of them. Yep, I am one of them. I kind of started it on motorcycle content, and then I just kind of went from there. My wife, she's the one that got me onto the whole, you know, doing, you know, the machinery stuff. And that was doing pretty good, you know. It's just, it's not all the time we're on machines. King Pepe. Robert De Niro. I mean, I don't know why I said that. I guess it was the gangsterish type thing, I guess. Mafia type thing. Even though it's not that. Leonardo DiCaprio. Unsea juice. Dr. Evil. I found that shit there, man. That was crazy. Flooded again. These are the ones that do so good, though. Here lately, it's been kind of bad, you know? Popular. This is where we can get to, though. Look, 352,000 views. That was that day we had 3,500 people watching it once. Remember that? It got up to like 3,500 people, and I was like, holy shit. And it kind of hovered, like it was north of like 2,800 on average on that video. And then it was like right after that, we kind of shut down for a minute. And that hurts, you know. So that's the bad part about this type of work. Unless you're doing this shit all the time, it's good. You're going to lose viewers. You're going to lose the algorithm, you know. So it kind of messes me up on that. But look, I got me a link. I actually was able to figure that part out. But check this out. 9,281,072 views. Is that not crazy, man? That many people has viewed this channel. I have 316 videos, 16,700 subs. Now, there's another thing that I don't understand. I checked this one guy out. He created his channel in January, and I don't understand it. Pastime with a crusher, then snowballed with a claw. Yeah, exactly. But there was a guy I checked out on here. He only has, he created his channel in January. I want to say it was. Let me see if I can find it. I typed him in. I searched him. Your boy Eustace, right here. Okay, I don't get this, and I searched him on YouTube. I can't find any other channels with this guy. But look at this. Let's go to his channel. Let me show you this shit. No, 34,000. Hold up. Where was it? It was a ridiculous amount. Right here. Is this it? No, that's not it. Shit. What happened to the channel that was extremely famous? Maybe this was it. Maybe it was 34. Yeah, it was 34,000. But yeah, he just created the channel, though. Look at this. He's got a million views already. Created it in January of this year, 34,000 subs, and he's got 4 videos. That's it. Look at that, 856,000 views on this. That's crazy, man. How did he do that? I guess it's the cover photo, maybe? Now, all he does is talks about it, you know? Like, he just plays these. And you see, that's another thing. So how does he get by with playing a scene like this and them not come after him? Because I know there's a lot of channels that does, like, movie reviews, and they have to be so freaking careful. Because the studios are coming after them. Here's a Sandy Letterman. So T-Man, he's the one that got me to sub to this guy here. He's got 9,000 subs. He goes live all the time though. But he actually has a lot of people watching though. But he does it in mobile. I think that's where he gets away with it. Live guest time. See, this is another thing. So he does the go live together thing. So me and Steen got this to work one time, but we can't make it work since. I don't know. I've only watched like one video of this guy, and I'm gonna tell you something. He's getting into some shit. Okay. So I don't know. He's okay, you know, just, you know, he was just getting into, like, some very, very, like, I get into some touchy subjects, but he was, like, diving, you know, balls deep into it, so. Subject matter, age group, yeah, it is true. Let's see. Wow. I love this scene in that movie when he drifted the ship. The song, everything, they had that shit, I mean, all set up right. You know what's fucked up about this movie? Had they not attacked him, I think things would have been just fine if they had tried to actually communicating to them without shooting at them. When they shot at him, they was like, well, fuck, they just shot at us. They missed, but they shot at us. Well, let's show them how accurate we are. This is like it's kind of a cheesy-ish movie, but it does have some good visuals. Did he poop again? Did he poop? I just changed the poopy diaper. Look at there. Again. Let's drop some lid on these mother fire. That was an awesome scene. Can you imagine going back in time and seeing this shit in action, though? As far as that ship really, you know, in action. That must have been a sight. Back when I was in school, I created this ship right here. Did the guns. It was on fire, had smoke and shit. You know, that was way back when I was in school. Pretty cool. It was an old class project we had to do, and that was the one I come up with, was that one. I thought it was pretty cool. It was kind of tossed together and slapped together, but it worked. Hey, I think I won like 3rd place on that one. out of the whole school. That's like So let me tell you something. All right, so this is what happened was when I was in school. Go change your booty. Go change your booty. No, son, I changed your booty the first time. You can do it. Be brave. It's okay, son. You don't need me there. But I was second out of my whole school, and the only reason I was second, I really think they wanted her to win. You know, they absolutely nerfed me with I'm talking some big ass words. And I know it's funny because y'all are seeing me like make spelling errors here, you know. But I used to be actually very sharp back in school, like spelling with my thing. And but that old muscle ain't been, you know, tested in a minute. So I remember they called us the second A. This is the first time I actually like got full on bullied over this shit too. So out of the whole school, they picked like 10 people. We went through like a challenge, you know. Like I said, it was a big thing, you know, for the school. And whoever won the the spelling contest would, you know, win their class a pizza party, right? Well, we dwindled down all the way to where it was just me, and I'll say her name, Amy. It's me and Amy. Now, they kept throwing me some of the hardest, freaking long-ass doctorish looking words that you would ever see, and I was beating them. I was crushing them, right? They kept throwing her shit like spoon. They kept throwing her shit like a fork. You know, just stupidly simple, easy as hell. Like, where the fuck was those, you know, where was that for me, you know? Then it made sense after the fact. See, I think back to this shit back when I was a kid, you know, I didn't think of it then. I was like, well, damn, that sucks. But yet now I think about it now, and it's like, yeah, they wanted her to fucking win. They kept giving her some of the dirt fucking simplest answers, and yet they kept giving me these overly long, I'm talking fucking 10, 15 letter fucking words, you know, to spell, and I was spelling them, you know, and they finally got me on something fucking ridiculous. It was something stupid. But they finally got my ass, and I lost. I was second place out of the whole school. They finally had their winning champion. Her class across the hallway, by the way. That just made it all that much better. Her class across the hallway, yeah, I'm still salty about this shit in case you didn't know. Got the pizza party. When I got back to my class, they absolutely tortured me because I didn't win the spelling contest. Mind you, we were the top 2 out of the whole entire school. Where were the rest of you dumb motherfuckers, huh? I was second in the entire school, and honestly, if you ask me, I was the fucking first. You know, they wanted a little darker color, you know, girl to win this, not me. You know, so I'm just saying, you know, that shit was going on back then too. So, is what it is. Yep. Bless you. I'm just saying. Misspelling is terrible. Yeah, dude. But I was second out of my whole school, and again, my opinion, I was the first. But again, still salty about it. But yeah, she won that somehow, and you know, I can't see how. But I was absolutely bullied the rest of that year over that because I didn't get my class a pizza party. Because back then, when I was in school, when you lost, you lost. See, now everybody wins. You know, there is no such thing as a loser nowadays. I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people now. Nobody's ever lost. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. That was fucking vicious in my class to be fucking treat me like that. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, if I can go back in time, I would tell them, where were the rest of you dumb motherfuckers at? That's what I would have said. You know. Boy, if I can go back in time. The knowledge I have now, go back in time. First off, lottery. Fuck school. I'm good. Yeah, I don't know, but if I could know what I know now, go back in time, and yeah, I think things would be different. I'd make the proper investments. I would invest in Google. I would invest in Facebook, shit like that, you know. Like I said, man, so much shit would be way better. Because I'm gonna tell you, there are some people who barely, I like it, just knowing how to play the system. Like they get taught how to play the system early on, and I'm talking don't have to worry about a damn thing after that. I found out about land drilling, right? There was a guy that was actually going around buying plots of land that were like useful for land oil drilling, you know? And he would take and just maintain those. It was something to do with playing the system. And he was able to actually make a full on living. Like I'm talking, when I say a good living, I'm talking about a fucking ton of money. And all he had to do was just maintain these properties. He bought them. He would just make sure they couldn't get, bought out by somebody else, and he was working with like oil companies and shit, you know. And that's all he had to do, and they were paying him a fuck ton of money to do that. And all he had to do was pay like small teeny ass property tax on these little small plots of land all over, just to keep them out of private hands and just to keep this oil company in them. But they had to. That's how they play the system, by the way. So that's another thing. Don't think they don't have ways around the system. They got so many ways around the system. They'll use that whole private industry type deal, or that private like a dude, for instance, like him. He's just a private dude. He just owns land. He owns land, but he's paid by these companies to own that land so that nobody else can get in there and just shut them off from the oil that they can access from that land. It's so crazy. Tried to get the wife to pull out. She said, you spill way you can. I said way. She said, you forgot the if. Damn, Chop. Damn. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people... Some people just get super lucky on some deals. Some people just know what they're doing when it comes to this shit. There's some people that don't even have to leave their house for work, you know? There's a guy down the road I know, and funny thing is I know his father really well. You know, we're like a hard working type. You know, we go out there and physically work. And now I'm in machinery now, so I don't want to hear shit from anybody else that comes across the stream. But yeah, I know it's all leisurely right now, right? But back, this is back when we worked. His son does this stock trading. Not stock trading. No, stock market. Yeah, he's in the stock market. And don't give me the line. I could not tell you. The stock market makes 0 sense to me. I don't know why people cheer. I don't know why. Like I'm like, what the fuck, It still kind of looks like gibberish to me. I've never really looked into it that hard before, So I guess probably wouldn't hurt to try to look into it and understand it. But that's all he does, and he has fully made a living just doing that. He just buys and sells. He stays on his computer all day. He'll watch it, and then he'll sell at the right time and get money for it, And he's made so much money that he's actually bought him a brand new truck, paid cash for it. Paid cash for it. Keeps his bills paid and everything. He never leaves the house. He just sits there and watches that screen all day long. It changes. He sells when he buys when he buys, and he sells when he sells. I don't know. It's just weird. Reach through and grab it and then pull it to the top. I know what you want. We ain't going back and forth. I don't want to hear it. Hey, I don't want to hear it. We're not going to sit there and throw a fit to get what we want now. I love you, but we ain't going to throw no fit. Work from home, love it. I have some other things to package yet. See, but you do some physical work though. You have to go out and get the stuff, get the product, clean it, prepare it, whatever you got to do, list it, take pictures. It's a full-on job for you. There's some people that get away with doing a hell of a lot fucking easier work, and getting paid pretty good for it. Just working government. I'm telling you, dude. Edward Snowden said it best. This is now again when I say Edward Snowden, this is when I was like, again, I watched Alex Jones like all the way from the 90s to early 2000s to now. Same thing with Edward Snowden. See, I bought a silver tray for $85 many years ago. Sold it this week for something. 750. Holy shit. That was a good investment then. But Edward Snowden, man, he was in government. Now, mind you, he was smart though. I mean, like I said, when he shattered his shins, I think, when he was in training, and they ended up, they were fixing to kick him out, and they ended up because he scored so high on his ASVAB, they wanted him for other things, for intelligence, and but he wanted to be infantry so bad, but they ended up, putting him in intelligence. And he had a cushy job, man. He says, if I wanted to, I could have just stayed in that same department, that same back room. Nobody bothers you. Nobody messes with you. You're just there. And he says, I could have just made all this money for nothing. I could have done just literally nothing and made a killing, And, but he ended up digging too deep. Now he's an enemy of the state. How about that? Yep. I swear there's a lot of positions like that out here, dude. In government, you'd be surprised. Seeing the back rooms and everything just kind of opens your eyes to it, There are some people's positions you kind of wonder. Like, I'm not going to go around tattling on them. I'm not fixing to sit here and just screw their life up, obviously. Like, but it's like you're sitting back like, you lucky son of a bitch that you're in a position that you really don't have to do much. You don't have to do nothing. You're just there, But you're so lucky on that. That you get paid a full wage. You get government benefits on top of that. You get the best insurance, the best everything. You're just taken care of. And you literally do nothing for a living, in a way. You do just enough. Just enough, but practically nothing. 2 rooms, a garage and a car, 2 outside sheds full of shit. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I've accumulated a lot in my life, man. I got a shop full of projects, man. I got that container out there. I got got a shed back there full of stuff. Like I said, I've accumulated a lot of things. I got a Perkins lift down there. Telescopic lift. Yes.
So, at some point, he had candy.
Did he?
And see how it got on my foot.
And your shirt.
It was on.
Mama,
Where do you get candy from?
Mama.
What? I know it's on my
I
foot.
had to go out and get that stuff. Right, that's right. Like I said, there's a lot of work, involved in that. It is cool though. You get to work from home though. You know what we ought to do? Put a bunch of controllers in the tricode. I don't see anything going wrong with this. Yeah, I see a lot going wrong with this. Well, I'll put a bunch of like servos and shit, controllers in that tricode. I could set me up a controller here, and I could work from home. Holy shit! You know what? I could work from home, and y'all could. We could record it from here and everything. How about that? Oh my god, yeah. No, I don't see that happen. It'd be my luck. There'd be a customer somewhere that I can't see with the cameras, and I'd swing and absolutely, annihilate somebody, which would be great content when you think about it, but not really at the same time. So.
What did I tell you about shutting that other door?
He said I didn't mean to. Hey, Chop, you got team members? Microsoft Team? It's like the new version of Skype. Because I've been wanting to try that out, but I can't ever catch Steven, and like a good time, for instance. Well, I did catch him that one night, but it never crossed my mind to try that. But I was gonna try to go live together with somebody, but it was I was gonna have to use like Microsoft Teams and do something weird like that, I don't know. think it's going to be the only way I can get somebody else on here, you know, on the PC, because on the phone, you could do it on the phone. But they don't have that option here on PC. So I have to do something like a Skype call or something along those lines to make that work. You okay? Really? I know it. I'll be out of here shortly. The surgeon can do it. Yeah. If he hears a sound like a door shutting or something, he'll say, "You okay?" Oh, you don't? Okay. It'd be alright. I'll figure something out. If I can get on Messenger, but with the Think Before You Sheep, you know, as the name, then I'll do it that way. But they blocked me on Messenger from trying to create an account because of that. But anyhow, what's up? I think I'm fixing to get off of here. I am so old school. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Welcome to my world. Getting back into electronics and all that has been a crash course. It really has. But I'll catch you next time, Chop. You take it easy. It was fun hanging out, dude. But hell, it's gonna be time for you to be going to bed here. Well, that's right, you don't go to sleep. Hell, you're up until midnight. But hell, enjoy your evening, Chop. Take it easy, dude. And hopefully they don't pick you up over that AI image. I think I'm going to use that image too as the cover photo on the next one. But anyhow, bye y'all. In person, I am confident and positive. I just have not got it for lives. Yeah. I got you, dude. One day we'll figure something out. Like I said, all this hopefully will get better with time. Bye, y'all.